Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Before we head on, please like, subscribe, comment, share. Give this video to your grandma. Let her really cherish. And don't forget that we have now a Patreon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Revolutionary Rhetoric. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon. Give us your money and give Palestine some money at Revolutionary Rhetoric. Everywhere you get your socials and Patreon.
All right. Now on to the video.
Yeah. We got a few random things to talk about. We can kick it off with Mexico elects their first female president. I don't have a ton to say about this. You had added this to the notes, Kanan. Did you want to kind of take this one?
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. From what I understand is she was in the same party as AMLO. AMLO was the previous president of Mexico. She was the mayor of Mexico City. And from what I've heard is that she did not do a very good job. But in the spirit of visual, or the spirit of like advancing, I guess, in a political sphere where women have more political power, it looks real good that Mexico has elected a woman president before the U.S. has. And it's kind of sad that the U.S. hasn't elected a woman president yet.
Yeah.
But we call other people around us basically barbarians and uncivilized.
We have. I think there's this kind of idea that like Mexico is this like incredibly Catholic, like patriarchal traditional society, and yet here they are electing a woman, and not only just a woman, a Jewish woman, for what it's worth.
Apparently she celebrates all the Jewish holidays. I'm not 100% like very understood or understanding of like what those Jewish holidays entitle, so I should probably educate myself more on that. But she like grew up actually like grew up living in a Jewish household and actually practicing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've understood. I don't know too much about her specific politics, like where she stands on certain issues.
So it's very similar to AMLO.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a social democrat-esque.
Yeah. This is describing her as a secular leftist. I wouldn't go so far as to say leftist, but
yeah, she's a leftist when it comes to American politics.
Sure, fucking goddamn radical compared to which is funny because that's what we're going to spend the rest of the episode talking about. Just how far right American politics are. But yeah,
it's just come more and more right.
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what she can do. I wondered, like, I know that there was some beef with the Mexican cartels. I think there was some.
That was like the number one thing. From what I read on the articles, that was the number one problem that people really wanted to be adjusted, and people wanted to have changed, because the cartels are just so powerful that it doesn't matter who comes into power. Basically, they have everybody in a stranglehold on anything. And right now, I think not in the presidential election, but in all other elections in Mexico, from like city council, senators, their congress people, they've had the most political assassinations in this political run and this political
I was reading that.
This political election campaign than any other political election campaign prior to what's going on now, which is I don't know what that really means, what that entails to. It could mean that the cartel is kind of scared about things changing, or it could just mean they're trying to give off a warning that they think that anything is going to change with the new candidates coming into power, that it's really not.
Kind of saying like, you play your little politics game, just leave us out of it, and like let us just do what we're gonna do, or do what we've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that people did criticize AMLO for was that he kind of was a little too much kissy to the cartel.
Yeah.
But, like realistically, it's just like, what are you going to do? The cartel has a stronger military and a stronger like presence in the physical territory of Mexico than the actual Mexican military. So
yeah, I don't know if it was this podcast or what I was saying, but like I think it's the cartels are one of the largest employers. Not just in Mexico. I think this stat says they're the 5th largest employer in Mexico. So like the cartel as an entity is the 5th largest like jobs provider in Mexico. But I think like on the world stage of like the Fortune 500 whatever, they're like comparable to some like massive corporations. Like they like employ like as many people as like Walmart does.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, like when you have that many people that many people in a when your military is that powerful, like a cartel military, that it outweighs Mexico's military, which is
Yeah.
large enough on its own.
Yeah, which is not insignificant. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty scary. But for what I
Yep.
understand is most of the cartel's weapons actually come from American weapon manufacturing corporations.
Oh
So
yeah. Did I
we
tell you
are
the story
selling
where
these
I
weapons
did
to
I
the
tell you the story where
Mexican
I
cartels.
sold weapons to the cartel?
No, are you gonna get shot if you do tell it?
No, no, this is fine. I'll keep it anonymous. I was working when I was in college. I worked as a part-time sales guy behind a gun counter at one of the large sporting good chains. I don't. It's no secret on the podcast that I'm like pretty pro firearms, and I own quite a few guns, and have owned a lot of guns, and I'm a safe, but I'm a hobbyist or a collector, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I sold guns for a while at a chain, and I was just a gun dealer or whatever. And there was a kid who came in. And are you familiar with what an M249 is? A saw? Like, as you play any video games?
No. I mean,
It's
I
a-
did play video games, but like it's been.
It's a big machine gun. It's a SAW stands for squad automatic weapon. The M249, if you played any Call of Duty, whatever, you
LMG?
know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a big LMG. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a big machine gun. So FN makes it.
How do you even? How are those even available for
Well,
sale?
it's
is my
semi-automatic.
question.
If as long as it's not fully automatic, it's a
I
semi-automatic.
know,
So
but
one
the
one
bullet
bullet
rounds
per.
that them. But
Yeah,
are the
they
bullet rounds
hold
in that?
considerable. Yeah, they there's converters that take AR-15 mags, but there's also like 100-round box mags you can throw in it. They just shoot 5.56, 223, like the same bullet that an AR-15 shoots. The point is that yeah, we had a couple of those. I sold P90s, I sold MP5s, whatever. So like the guy wanted to buy a saw. He's 18 years old. He's wearing he just got off work wearing like construction clothes, right? Like he's wearing like a neon orange long sleeve shirt with whatever, I forget the name of the construction company, whatever. It's kind of dirty. Boots, jeans. The guy just got off work doing construction. I forget exactly how much it was. It was 11,000 or 12,000 maybe for the gun, somewhere in the
Damn.
north of 10,000. And he
The
just pulls out
car.
he pulls out hundreds for it. It's just wads of hundreds that are all crisp, and flanked on either side of him are these older Mexican gentlemen wearing like cowboy hats, just decked out in just gold and turquoise, the sweet belt
Yeah.
the boots that have like the big cowboy boot like turquoise toe, and there's like the belt buckles and gold 1911s on their hips, like gold pistols on their hips, and just like these guys are like serious looking, and they're just standing kind of off to the side and just flanking this guy while he just pays cash buying a machine gun. And then all three of them just walk out with their machine gun. And that's, and I have no proof that it was the cartel, but I'm like 99.9% sure that I
That's
just
the fucking
that I just sold a
cartel.
machine gun
We're
to the
gonna
cartel.
use this
so.
gringo to fucking buy our shit for us.
Yeah, I mean, like he passed his background check. I mean, it was a legal sale. You know what I mean? Like he's an 18-year-old
Yeah.
adult, and that's not for nothing. One of the problems with firearms industry and like the gun laws in America is that was a legal sale. That probably should not have been a legal sale, but it checked all the boxes of like there's nothing we can do, and we were kind of in the back like we're all seeing what this is, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if that was too much information, but it's fine. So
Well, there was no specifics.
yeah, there was no
where this
specifics.
was
They don't
at.
even know
There's
what
no who
state
it
that was
was.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's the story of when I sold an M249 sauce to the cartel. So
Yeah, hopefully nobody clips that out of context.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
But,
I bought my first gun. My first gun I ever bought was in the parking lot of a Red Lobster at like 2 a.m. So like,
God.
gun laws are loose.
Yeah, a little too loose for my
Yeah.
liking.
Anyway, so I don't
but
know.
yeah.
We can move on from the Mexican president story. It was interesting. It was just a piece of news. Historic. We'll see what happens. It would be nice to see the cartel kind of problem curbed, and
I think the only way the cartel problem will be curbed is from within the United States. I don't think that anything the Mexican government can do would actually curb.
so you heard it here first. Canon supports American intervention in Mexico.
No, I support.